Welcome back to Lifting Between Life. I'm Steve, I'm a dad of 39. I've got 4 young children and I'm training towards my second ever powerlifting competition. The competition is in 3 weeks' time, just under, and I am now at my heaviest deadlift session that I'm gonna do before the event. Today I'm gonna be going up to 205 kilos for 1 rep. That's going to be my opener on the day, so it's going to be a good session. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good to feel some weight in my hands and just see where I'm at and see whether the previous 6 to 7 weeks of consistent training have paid off. So stick with me, let's see how it goes. Getting into a few warm-up sets now, feeling good, feeling strong. I thought I'd take the opportunity to speak to people who are thinking about entering a powerlifting competition, and perhaps the attire, there can be a little bit of confusion over that. So you have to wear a singlet, an all-in-one. You certainly do in the Scottish Powerlifting Federation. And then when you're deadlifting, mandatory socks, which come up quite high. I think you'll know that if you deadlift yourself in a gym and you have small socks on, it can look quite badass, but you end up with cuts on your shins if the knurling's quite sharp on it, quite aggressive. So I think it's like cleanliness, and also as well, there's maybe at the higher end, I don't think at my level it really impacts, but when you're really at your limit and the bar is against your shin, if you've got a nice smooth surface, then great, it's going to glide up it. And obviously a lot of the guys will use talc on the top part of their legs as well, so the bar will kind of come like ride up a lot easier. So I'm going to get into this now, 110 kilos, another warm-up set. I'm going to get a good few warm-up sets in me and get up to this heavy single today. Okay, about to get into this last heavy warm-up now. I've got 175 kilos. So I'm 6 weeks into my training towards this Scottish powerlifting competition in just over 2 weeks' time. 175 kilos now is feeling quite attainable, quite light, which is great. Go back 6 weeks ago, I was starting with a 150 for 3 or 4 reps, and that felt heavy. So I'm working around old injuries, not making excuses, but I've done it in a very sustainable way. I've trained consistently over the last 6 weeks, but the numbers have been achievable. And that's allowing me now to get a little bit of confidence because I'm actually feeling that the strength is coming in. So this will be my last heavy warm up. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it's moving. Yeah, no problem, feeling good. Up to 195 now. I was being flexible with my approach today. I knew I was gonna go up to 205 for a single, but not quite sure on how I was gonna get there. So last week I did 190. I think that was for a single or maybe a double. So this is 195, so I'd still class this as a warm up to the 205, but I'm gonna do 195, I'm gonna do 200, and I'm gonna do 205. I like training like that. I know what goal I have in mind, but the path to get there can change depending on how you're feeling. I think it's going to do me a world of good to feel a little bit of weight in my hands. 195 is relatively heavy, 200 is heavy for me, and then 205. And the idea, of course, is I don't want to build fatigue up in myself. Next week, I'm going to dial it right back and just be doing really light stuff. And then the next week, I'm pretty much going to take the week out so that I'm ready and I'm fresh and I'm recovered for the competition. The reality is I could go up to 205 today and maybe hit 4 or 5 reps, which would max me out entirely. But the only thing I'm going to achieve by doing that is fatiguing myself and risking injury. So the goal is to make sure that as they are singles, they are effective, clean, and confidence building reps. Yeah, fairly good. Maybe overthinking things a little bit there. Thinking about kind of tucking my chin, because I have a tendency to let my head wander up when the weight gets a little bit heavier. And I was watching a guy who was saying, obviously your head, I've got a really big head, but most people's heads, weigh 20, 30 pounds, whatever it is. And that weight, if it goes across in front of the bar, obviously it's going to topple you forward. So trying to keep the head not pulled back like that, but it's tucked, as if imagining you've got like like an apple or an orange under your chin, is a good way to kind of keep yourself aligned. Obviously we're just trying to minimize any energy wastage as we get to a heavier weight. That felt pretty good. I'll go to 200 next. Yep. So about to get into this main working set now of the 205 kilos. I just hit 200, you'll probably see in the video. It felt a little bit slow. I got a little bit of doubt creeping in. I need to remember to not take it too seriously. Like I take myself too seriously sometimes. It's like I sometimes lose the whole, like why do I train? I train because I enjoy training. I love strength training. I love being able to put a load in my hands or bench a lot, and it feels great. Obviously, you need to take it seriously from the point of view of you don't want to injure yourself, so you don't want your form to go out of the window. But what I mean is sometimes I think I get in my own head and I think, oh no, that's not moving as quickly as it should be. And it's like it takes on a really serious dynamic in my mind, which is like, just chill, like enjoy your training. And that's what I'm really just telling myself now. Just enjoy training. It's 205, it's your opener weight. It is gonna move. Enjoy it. So I've done one set with a 205, feeling really positive, feeling strong. I'm gonna finish with one final set with a 205, and that pretty much concludes my deadlifts, and actually concludes my deadlifts until I compete in a few weeks' time. So a little bit daunted by that prospect, but I'm apprehensive but excited as well. I'm looking forward to the experience. It's gonna be great. Over the next few weeks, I'm gonna document my last bench session, which will be my heaviest session, my last squat session, which will be my heaviest session. And this is all in preparation for a Scottish powerlifting competition, which is a masters, as I'm a little bit older. So I'm competing in the M1 class at 93 kilos. So hit the subscribe button, follow the journey. I'm gonna document it all, and I look forward to seeing you next time. But before that, I better hit this last set. Right, 205, let's see it, come on.